The fun day. Lots of stuff happened today. So I thought I would pop in and let's go live, right? Like, why not? I'm trying to see if I can figure this out. You, come on. Oh, I want to see if I can get my chat back up over here, and I don't know how. I did this before to get my other chat up. Hold on. Uh, you guys are gonna make this difficult, aren't you? This is not easy. TikTok always like flips me out trying to figure out what's going on. Say hello if you are watching. I'm definitely wanting to make sure that you can hear me. Ah, there we go. Now it's live. Oh, I need to mute this. Whoa, hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear okay? Say yes in the chat if you can hear okay. Um, I gotta fix my volume now. Unmute. Okay. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me because that way I can track what's going on. And now I can kind of see everything that's happening. Hello, hello. Who do we have over on TikTok and who do we have on the YouTubes? I'm broadcasting on both my YouTubes. So much has happened today. Oh my gosh. Like crazy things have happened today. But yeah. So we can talk about it. This has been a crazy week. It's been a fun week. Definitely got energies amplifying on this 17th of April. We made it through tax day. Did you guys file your taxes? Anybody not file your taxes? Anybody worried because you did not file your taxes? I'm curious. Hold on. Oh, what is happening here? Stop it. I have to minimize my window a little bit. Um, yeah, I filed mine a while ago, so I'm honestly not concerned, but I know some people are. So there's that. There's that. Who else is here? Who do we have in the TikTok? Who do we have in the YouTube and the Facebook? So I've been really busy all week setting up some automation for my business, which has been super fine. Hey, Angelica, how are you? Nice to see you. And I was a little overwhelmed with it, but I actually got dialed in now. Now I think it's gonna work. And then had some posts go viral on TikTok, and oh my god, what a fun time that was. Still doing sardines, although today's the first day that I was gonna do a sardine fast today. I had 2 cans of sardines and then I had this little piece of steak left, so I went ahead and ate it, but I haven't had anything else. So protein should still be in ketosis because I kind of plateaued on my deal, my sardine fast, but I feel good. And I like the fact that my body's doing better. How are you guys feeling though? Like literally, I want to know how y'all are. I want to know how everything is hitting you. Are you feeling better about things? Are you um like are you stressed? I don't know why everybody is kind of acting like they are surprised at what's coming, but I've been feeling kind of fiery. So that's all of the plan. Look, it's only going to amp and ramp, Miss Angelica. For all of you that are not in my hidden wisdom monthly, like everything I said was going to happen this month is pretty much unfolding right on the time frames that I've said, and we are entered into now the lineup of planets, a stellium in Aries. Like we've got by next week, we will have 7 planets in Aries. What is Aries? Aries rules aggression and war. It is very action oriented, but it can be very hot tempered. So, like I was telling my people, the last couple of days in my Hidden Wisdom and in my Charm Life groups, like, if you can stay home this weekend and avoid large crowds, most definitely do that, right? Do that 'cause, yeah, people are gonna be very, very short fused, short-tempered, and a little bit, like, running hot. And, I mean, I've seen it all week. It seems to be intensifying a little bit. There seems to be a lot of people having a hard time with the whole discernment thing. Like, I don't understand that either, but is what it is. You know what I mean? Not sure, um, because even, like, spiritual people, I see a lot of spiritual bypassing right now. I see a lot of people I always avoid crowds. You're so funny. You're around so much more people than me. I was thinking this morning, since your sister did not come and see me for Biomag today, I was like, I really like working at home for sure, having my office in my backyard. But there's a lot of times when I don't even want to see people in my office. I prefer to do everything on Zoom because, it keeps my sessions very short, and, my coaching sessions are not short, but it keeps them controlled. When people come and hang out at my office to get sessions done in person, they linger. People don't wanna leave. So then my schedule gets all messed up, or I have to kick them out, and that never feels good, right? Never, ever, ever feels good. So, yeah, I just realized I have no makeup on. I have not done a damn thing to my hair. I don't even know if I brushed my hair today. I've been running my fingers through it and it's short enough, but, like, I didn't even wash my hair today. Like, and then I just jumped online live and I'm broadcasting from my streaming software, so I don't have, like, my makeup filter stuff on. They enjoy your energy and company. I appreciate that. I do, and there are times when I love having people around, right? But I have these sweet little old not little old, they're little. They are old, but they're not like little old ladies, like crotchety. They're really super cool ladies in their 70s. You would never guess they're in their 70s, these 3 sisters. I love when they come all together. It crowds my office a little bit, but the energy's always so high, like, so good, even though, we're dealing with health stuff. It's really kind of fun. I actually enjoy that, but I don't think I could do that multiple times a week, you know? So I focus on coaching. Not that I don't wanna help people with their health stuff, I get great results, but we all have our thing. We all have our jam, and I really like helping people, um, with making big transformations and mindset shifts and healing trauma. I like that so much better. Anywho, I've been seeing this influx. Are you guys seeing posts or is it just me? A bunch of people posting on social media, they just got laid off their jobs. A lot of people in tech for sure, and they're like, I just got laid off and I haven't told anyone. I'm afraid of telling anyone. Do you guys get those posts or is it just me? Because I've got an influx on my FYP of people who just lost their job, and a lot of Asians too, probably because 'cause I'm Asian and I always follow a lot of Asian creators, um, that are like, "I haven't told my parents, I'm afraid to." And I thought, "Oh, man, I know how hard that is." That's why I'm focusing a lot of my content lately, my written content and my other stuff on people who are going through job loss or afraid of losing their jobs, or they're in a career transition or even a pivot because so many people are facing that right now. But I want to know if you can put in the comments for me, are you seeing that? And whoever's stalking me over on YouTube, could you at least say hi in the comments? Just 2 little letters, HI. Hit that like button. Do a sister some favor instead of just sitting there all quiet. I would appreciate it. Seriously, seriously, huh? We got things moving over here on on TikTok. Thank you, D McLaughlin, for liking the live. I appreciate you. Anywho, no answers on TikTok. I must be the only person getting those Maybe it's because of what I do for work that I get all of those on my FYP. TikTok's watching. Like, they know what I'm doing or buying because literally I have nothing today but gardening posts. Look, okay, I get the picture, except that I'm not gonna really do much to my garden until after the summer because I'm not gonna be around for part of the summer, and I still have things growing in there. Are you guys gardening this year? Are any of you new gardeners, and this is your first go at having a garden? Are any of you taking it on? I am gonna plant some sweet potato slips. I have to go get some sweet potatoes and let the slips grow, but I am gonna plant some sweet potato slips. I'm gonna do turmeric. It's your first time, Dee. So, where what state do you live in or what zone do you live in? Like, is it cold there? I miss Oh, it says, um oh, no, that's somebody else. I miss living in the high altitudes and having a growing dome. Like, y'all, I put out so much food in Colorado, and everyone said high altitude gardening so hard. It's not hard. Not hard. That was easy compared to flippin' Texas. Book of Worms switched to YouTube. Right on. Nice to see you, Jason. How are you? Delaware. So you've got some cold there. I mean, you know what? I don't like that we don't here because I can't grow a lot of the cold weather vegetables that I'm used to growing, like spinach, right? It does not. I bought some and tried to grow it, and it never got bigger than the start that it was. YouTube to add some comments here. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you. How are you, my friend? So yeah, Texas is hard. And while I am winning this year in my garden. I have I have won against the worms and the bugs so far. I do know better than to plant for the summer because it's just extremely hot and there's nothing you can do. Less on the hours, but I'll improvise. Oh, for work, you mean? Jason, I'm so glad that you're here. Have you listened to my podcast yet or watched it on YouTube since you're on YouTube? Have you watched my new podcast, Bernadette Gold Unfiltered? Hey, Cartomancy. If any of you guys have not watched my new podcast, and the first series just dropped last Saturday, but it's called The Attack on the Middle Class and How to Survive It. It's a lot. It's not what you think it is. If you have fear, if you have confusion, if you're like, I'm a little shaky going through all of this, if even watched me for a while and you're like, whenever she talks about charm life, it sounds like something I should do. Go watch that whole series podcast, 12 episodes. And they're short episodes. They're not like hour-long episodes. They're literally 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Because it's my frameworks, right? Those are my teachings. And it's a lot to do with what is going on in the job market and whatnot. And the reason I bring that up to you specifically, Jason, over on YouTube, it's because when your actual job, if you're doing like contract work, side work, and I've seen this with a lot of like DoorDash people and delivery people and whatnot, they're slowing down. That's the time to start pivoting and turning in, creating something on your own. Going hyper local, creating your own revenue, and you can still be doing what you did before, or you can pivot to something completely different to generate revenue. But I think our local markets, anything to do with your local market, is going to be good. Like, you become the personal shopper, you become the Uber without Uber, no middleman. Remove the middleman. You become the pet walker and pet sitter. Get rid of Rover as the middleman. Don't let them take your money. Like, there are so many ways, y'all. I've been in business for myself for 30 years now. I've been doing this job for 26 years, and I work with entrepreneurs. I work with large scale business owners, and I work with small business mom and pop shops. Like, There's so much opportunity. I know it feels like, well, the economy's contracting, yada. Okay, but people are still spending money. Y'all go drive by your local Chick-fil-A on Friday night, like tonight, and you tell me there's not a line. Because I live in a little sort of municipality, little suburb outside of San Antonio. Every Friday, Andy's frozen custard, Chick-fil-A, line around the building. And Chick-fil-A always has their 2 lines going, and they're always full. People are spending money. It's not that they're not spending money, but a lot of people do not want to deal with corporations anymore. Shit. Shit hit the fan, just another day ending with why. Oh, girl. What hit the fan? You bring an interesting idea. I've been Stonewall on signing on to DoorDash. No, look, Jason, any of y'all listening, and if you have like you're going through it, you just lost a job, you're worried about losing a job, you want to go solo and you want to build a side income or something like that, put it in the comments. Tell me what you love to do. Tell me what you like. We can brainstorm right now. But I've said this a couple times on live stream. Now live streams here on TikTok don't save. It does over on YouTube. But I'll tell you right now, Jason, it would not be hard with your skills to create a Facebook presence, a next door app presence, and let people know, I'm doing food deliveries. Go talk to your local restaurants and tell them, hey, I don't know what you're paying these companies, if anything, but I would like to be the person that delivers their food. And you've seen me in here, but here's my website or here's my scheduling app or figure it out. Like, figure out how you can remove the middleman and do it on your own. Like personal shopper, personal DoorDasher. Because I heard horror stories about DoorDash drivers eating your food, spitting in your food, not delivering your food for 2 hours. So when you get it, it's cold. Like, if you know the driver, I would think you'd feel better. Like, just saying. Wouldn't you guys who are watching this right now, would you feel better if you knew the person consistently? But it's the same with like Rover. Rover has crazy people that you don't know who you're signing up to watch your prized animals, your precious pets and family, and you go out of town and you're stuck with someone who either doesn't show up, has no accountability, and the websites are no help. Remove the middleman. Like, that's the theme of those who are going to survive. That's why I've been writing everything I've been writing lately and posting on Facebook and Substack about that, and even now Instagram. Like, I've had an Instagram account, but I really wasn't posting much. So I'm getting better about getting consistent now that, I'm getting some momentum with rebuilding my business post cancer. But like the theme that I see, those who are going to survive, and remember, I'm a 4th generation clairvoyant. So when I say I see it, I actually see it. The things that I see, those who will do well, those who will survive, are those who do not try to get another job, but actually become independent and work for themselves, create their own thing. And it can be a version of what you did, or it can be completely different, but no middleman. You know, I say remove the middleman whenever you can, because the middleman's taking a cut of your pay. Most food places pay 20% of their tab to the delivery service. Hard for them to make money. So then you go in and you tell those food places, I will be your delivery person, and you only have to pay me 15%. Undercut them, because believe me, they would do it to you. Hi, Deborah Marie. How are you? Do you see what I'm saying? It's the same way with like people looking to take Uber and Lyft. If you like have a business that you or a presence on social media on your Nextdoor app, which I think is an underutilized app. People go onto Nextdoor and bitch and complain, but people go on to Nextdoor and recommend other people. Like my dog nail guy, I found him on Nextdoor, and that boy has a 2-year waiting list. Why? Because everyone on Nextdoor recommends him for scared animals, like rescue dogs to do their nails, and he's mobile. So he literally, that boy, he works 12, 14 hours a day because he has so much clientele. That's what I want because of the grind has betrayed me all over the place. The grind the model that we got right now, that social contract that said work at a company and you'll be taken care of, that contract is dead. And who killed it? Not us. Corporate America, capitalism killed it. But while capitalism is still around, go get yourself something and start making a move, right? Literally, go to your local pharmacy and let them know, hey, you got people that need their prescriptions delivered. I'll do it. I'm doing groceries too, like Walmart, CVS. But go in your local area and go 5 miles and hit every single flipping business that you could deliver for. Less the middleman, create something with them. If you need to write a contract with them, write a contract with them. That's what I would do, right? And find a way to track all of that. That's the beauty of things like AI. You can go type that into AI. Here's my business idea. Give me ideas. Help me figure out the legality and the contracts and how to pitch this to my local community businesses. Help me to make money. And before you know it, you got it handled, and enter into the chat. Like, what am I not thinking of? What else do I need that I don't have? Like, that is what AI is for. But AI is only as good as the questions you ask it. Like, a lot of people do not use AI properly. AI is meant to mirror your thoughts, but also based on its data. If you ask it good questions, you're going to get good output. If you ask it crappy questions, your output's going to be crap. Just the way that works, right? And AI is here to stay whether we like it or not. So you might as well use it to your benefit. And if anyone wants to jump in and start saying, yeah, but AI costs money on ChatGPT and Claude, you're right, it does. But QWEN AI, and DeepSeek, yes, they come out of China, but they're free. They're open source and they're free. And I think one or both of those can be hosted on your own server. Um, Olama, I think you can create your own closed AI as well. But regardless, I'm getting off track. I'm all hyped about some stuff I did on Claude Cowork over the last couple days to make my life easier. Um, Literally, I'm telling you, there's money to be made. People don't want to go out, they don't. You know what I always thought? I always thought as a single mom. Now I lived in the country, so it would have been much harder. But like, I always thought, man, if I could just get one person to be my driver, like on when I needed it to take the kids to ballet, take the kids to their cheerleading at the football games, and pick them up, and I didn't have to go do all of that. Like, it would have saved me so much damn time. For real. Like, would have saved me so much damn time. Same with groceries. But we didn't have delivery or drive-through pickup or any of that stuff either. And I know things are still going to contract even in that regard, but until it does and the public sees it, they're going to still spend money. So find some things that are going to be able to survive hiked prices. Like, I say, multiple streams of income. The more streams of income you have, the better off you're going to be, right? You want to know how people are surviving. That's how they're doing it. They're creating their own independent things, and they're cutting ties with corporations. And if that's scary to you, I get it. But honestly, those are the entrepreneurs. We're the ones that are going to make it and do well, because The job market's not replacing these jobs they're cutting, and they're blaming it on AI, but they're flat out admitting it's not because of AI. That's the excuse they're using. It's because costs have gone up and they're trying to save money. They don't want to say that because they don't want to be unpopular, which again, kind of rude, but that is the world that we're living in. So the only way that I think we take our democracy back or create something outside of the two-party system is to become sovereign, is to cut out the corporations, source things on our own, and do things that are hard for some. And I mean, there's going to come a point in time even when backyard gardeners are going to be able to make money on their fruits and vegetables. I just saw in Austin, Texas, they have legalized it for people to be able to sell things in their own front yards. So they can put up a sign like home bakers and stuff as long as they have the proper certification or licensing or whatever. Now they can just put up a sign. People can come pick up from their home and voila. And it's things like that, y'all. Baked goods, right? Small businesses are the backbone of this country. Entrepreneurs begin it all. And we're the ones that are more innovative. And right now, I think that's the thing that we all have to think about is you've got to be innovative. We're in this shifting, changing transition of going from a capitalist sort of control extraction model, and we're moving into something that none of us in our lifetime and in several hundred years do we have a record for, and that would be more of a matriarchy, more of community based. And the more community based I think you are, the better you're going to be in the coming world, in the coming changes. And those who are actually moving there ahead of everyone else will become the new leaders, right? Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't see a whole lot of leadership in our current leaders. Do you? I see a lot of dodging of accountability. I see a whole lot of corruption. I see a whole lot of bullying and backstabbing and backroom deals and grifting, but I don't see a whole lot of leadership. That's at the state level, that's at the federal level. We need new leadership, and it will be, I think, the young people that are adapting and adopting this new innovative mindset. They're the ones that are going to lead, but that doesn't mean people like me that are 59 can't be on the cutting edge. Caroline Levitt said, what did she say now, Pat? Apple, Microsoft, Amazon all began in their garages. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And that's the part, right? That, I mean, I saw this young man on TikTok the other day, and he has the big crochet yarn that Addie uses to make all kinds of things. And he's making a killing making these adorable hand crocheted purses, and he's putting really nice hardware on them. I mean, they look badass. I was like, young man, good for you, right? I know kids that have decided they're gonna learn how to bake and do all the things, and their parents are helping them learn. And they're the new world's industry builders. Does it matter? It really does not, Pat. I don't think it matters. I'm just saying, bunch of BS going on and up in that house. Ugh. Okay, don't. I just almost swallowed the tea bag tag. Anywho, so yeah, for DoorDashers, that's a good idea. I mean, I'm working with a client right now who is leaving a 15-year career. I'm not going to say from where, and setting up her own consulting business. And I mean, she has incredible achievements, but she's scared. When you go to leave corporate and or you get kicked out, like you spend 15 years being told what has to be done and being given deadlines. When you go into business for yourself, it's you that is the boss, but also the worker that has to get this stuff done, right? As a solopreneur, um, you have to do your sales, you have to do your marketing and contract writing, you have to go close those deals and then fulfill the work. And not everybody is excited about that. Like I get excited about that. I don't want a boss. Like I've worked for myself for so long now that I don't know if I'm employable, you know, because I see when people are doing bad things in management and I stick up for the underdog too. So like if I were to go into a workplace, not that I'm not a team player, I do fine in big groups. I'm in big networking, like masterminds and stuff like that. I get along fine with people, but I just yeah. And I have a problem when I go to other people's businesses. I'm like, just do your job. Like, what is the big deal with do your job? I'm paying you. Do your job. I always over deliver. If there's one thing that I can tell you guys, one of my tips with everything in life, but especially business, because I do this and I have a solid reputation after 26 years of just this business, helping people transform their lives, helping business owners really like go to the next level, helping people with their health. I under promise, I always over deliver because I want people to have realistic expectations. I typically will under promise what I'm capable of because I don't want them to get wiki wacky ideas. I always over deliver. People are always happy. Like, I don't really get refunds. People don't ask me for refunds. People don't complain to me about what they paid for the services I provide them, which is not a common thing because I have known some people who constantly get refund requests. Requests. So yeah, all in life. I'm like that even in my relationships. Under promise, over deliver. Surprise them. Surprise and delight them. I always want the universe to do that for me too. So one of the things I ask the universe all day, every day, universe, surprise and delight me. Go big. Go bigger. And then go bigger than that. Let's build on that. Let's do that again. Multiply it, right? Do you guys do that or is it just me? Do you guys like literally call it out and bring it to you and say things like that? Universe, surprise and delight me. You know, if you do that, it actually will happen. You guys aware of that? Am I just talking to myself? Should I go home? I mean, my home's across the way, but like, should I just go home? Am I boring you? You guys like want me to dance like a monkey? What do you want? Talk to me, people. Say something. I feel alone. I feel I feel all alone. You love that? The surprise and delight me? For real. It's a good one. It works. One time I was when I was living in Colorado, because I'm a master manifester. Like my Charm Life program, that is all about advanced manifesting techniques and becoming very conscious of your life and changing your life and up leveling your life and it's got a lot of spiritual components to it. Carla, what's up? So because I'm in that world, I wrote a book about manifesting back in 2001, but I didn't publish it because then I had a kid and then life happened. And I was like, people aren't ready for this stuff. But like, I'm not talking about like law of attraction. That's one of the laws that we cover. One of all the laws. But we cover a lot of things. We even cover high performance in there. But like one of the things I always do because I'm surrounded by that work on a weekly basis because I coach that group. We've been going since 2014. I coach that group on a weekly basis. I'm always walking my talk. So one day I was in Durango, Colorado, where I used to live, And I was like, I want someone to buy me, like, pay for my lunch. I want someone to pay for my lunch. Like, how cool would that be? I'm like, all right, universe, surprise and delight me. Have someone pay for my lunch. Well, I went in and I ordered my food. Nobody paid for my lunch, but I was just like, that's okay. Like, I'm not angry. I'm super excited, right? And I'm happy and grateful. And this is the thing, you can't get all like, oh, it never happened and blah, this stuff doesn't work. I was like, I'm so grateful that I get to eat this food and I'm out. I'm not at home. I had a little break. Got done. I walk out to my car, and right next to the driver's door of my vehicle, my big black 4Runner, was a $20 bill. And my meal only cost, I think, like 15 bucks. Somebody did buy my lunch. They didn't know they did, but they did. They dropped the 20 and there it was. Like, people always find my granddaughter loves me because we go to the store and I'm always like, look on the ground, pick up a penny, pick up a nickel, pick up a quarter, but then ask for dollars to show up. Do you know how many times we have found dollars on the ground at the store or at Walmart? And my youngest, there's a couple, and it happened to my granddaughter too, where they did not, during Christmas time, they did not have their money tucked in their pocket very, very good, and it spilled out, and somebody got blessed by their money. Lesson for my family, but it happens. You answered somebody's prayer, and I always tell my grandkid and my daughter that, like, when you lose something like that, like money, you just answered somebody's prayer. I told my massage therapist a couple years ago, that I do that. We were talking, she always talking to me. She always picks my brain when I'm on her table. And so she did it one time at our local HEB. And she goes, "You would not believe what happened, B." And I was like, "What happened?" She goes, "For some reason, we decided to park way out in the boonies. And as we were walking to the front door HEB, we see this bank envelope. It hasn't been opened." And we're like, "Oh shit." And we pick it up and it's heavy. I open it up. There's $1,000 cash in it and nobody's around. Like, nobody's driving back towards us. Like, nobody. $1,000. She goes, "That surprise and delight me thing, that works." It does. It, you know, and you got to be open, and then you got to be grateful when the universe brings it your way. I always just expect to have what I call snack bar parking. Do you guys know what snack bar parking is? Tell me in the comments. Help a sister out. Do you guys know what snack bar parking is? I grew up in Orange County, California, by the beach. So snack bar parking is a thing. If you ever, like, lived by the beach or been to the beach a lot. So remember back in the 70s and 80s, they had the snack bars at the beach, the concession stands. Do you guys remember that? But it was always like, and it was right in front of the parking lots, right? In Orange County, it was always like by the restrooms, you had the concessions, and you had you had the snack bar. Snack bar parking means you got to park right there up front by the bathrooms and snack bar, which those spaces were never available. It always just means you park up front. You get the best space. That's what it always means to me. Because I used to say it all the time when I'd pull into the beach. And a lot of times I'd get snack bar parking, and my friends were like, "How the hell do you do that every single time?" I'm like, "I just believe it's going to happen." So when I go to the grocery store, when I go to the mall, wherever I go, restaurants, I'm like, snack bar parking, and it works. My daughter started doing it, and she's every time she goes, "It works." I'm like, "It works when you call it out, but you got to call it out before you go down the aisle. Like, call it out when you're getting close." Snack bar parking, because that gives the universe some time to move someone out of the way to give you that first spot. Always get the first spot. My dad drives me crazy. He did it again today at Costco. He was like, "There's a spot right there." And I'm like, "It's so far from the front door." He goes, "You're not going to find one of them." I was like, "Whatever." And I didn't mind because I wanted to walk anyways. get some steps in. I parked there, only to find out there was, in fact, a space right by the door at Costco on a Friday, which never happens. I listened to him. I should have just listened to me. Yes, Carla, it's a thing. It's a thing, literally, that I made up, but I coined it and it always works. So everywhere you go, now that you know what snack bar parking is, just ask for snack bar parking. And the universe has a sense of humor. So I want snack bar parking. It just means that you get the front space. And it's weird how it happens. Like right as you pull up, someone's backing out and you got the spot. Costco's off the hook always. It wasn't bad today. Literally, it was not bad at all. It was pretty good. And they had my sardines back in stock, so I was very happy about that. They taste so much better than the shitty brand that I bought from them. My dad goes, "You can return those." And I actually think I'm going to take them back on Monday and exchange them for the other sardines because I don't like and I bought a bunch. Like I bought I think 10 cases of sardines, which 6 in a pack, which I go through 4 in a day when I'm sardine fasting. But I'm like, I don't like them. They taste like crap. So I think I'm going to send them. I'm going to take them back. I didn't think about returning them, and I know Costco will take them back. You're going to try it? You should try it. You absolutely should try it. Anywho, yeah. I don't know how much more I can keep doing the sardine fast, but we'll see what I weigh tomorrow. I hit a plateau after I started adding things back into my diet. I did a 6-day, almost 7 days, 6 days straight sardine fast. Most people do it for 72 hours to kick their bodies into ketosis and lose a bunch of weight right away. And I did, but I was like, I'll stem this stuff. I went as long as I could, and then I started getting cramps because I was too dehydrated. I wasn't drinking enough water, and I wasn't taking in like bone broth and stuff like that to supplement minerals. So I started getting stomach cramps, muscles, not actual stomach cramps, but muscle cramps on Sunday. So I broke the fast and had hot pot with tofu. And then I ate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then today I did sardines again because I actually went up a pound and I'm like, that's not right. I got to come back down. So by tomorrow, I should be back to my 9 or 10 pound weight loss in a week. Actually, more than a week because I started on the 7th. Today's the 17th. You're down 9 pounds in a week using tuna. Tuna's not as good for you. I'm telling you, Andy, get over it. Literally go get that Wild Planet or whatever it's called sardines because it tastes just like tuna. I'm gonna exchange them for sure. It tastes just like tuna, but better. I actually think it tastes better than the dry tuna. It's not dry. Like I came home from Costco because I'd only had a can of sardines for breakfast at like 8:30 in the morning. And I was like starving. And of course, you go past all the Costco food freebies. I didn't want any of it. Like my sugar cravings, boom, gone. Sky Smith, how are you? Gone. That's the other part is I don't have any cravings. I haven't had any bread, any pastas, my sugar, because I was craving sugar a lot. Now I did do also on top of it, I did do a what's this stuff called? It's NTZ, but it's a nitazoxanide step 1 in my parasite kill. And then I need to do ivermectin, which I also have. I got from an India supplier a couple years ago. And then do the second round of NTZ and the second round of So that may have something to do with it, but I did that before I did the sardine fast, then I did the sardine fast. I can eat tuna, but not them. It depends. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, people say that all the time, right? Like Carla on Facebook is saying, "I can eat tuna, but not them." So Andy's like that too, right? He said that to me too, and I'm telling you, the brand of tuna that you get, I mean tuna, the brand of sardines that you eat, it does matter because it's quality. And I'm trying to find the picture. I wanna see the picture of the one that, um, I I use. God dang it. So many pictures on my phone. I'm pretty sure it's called Wild Planet. Wow, I don't realize how many pictures I take. It's a blue box. Yes, it's wild. Can you guys see that? Wild Planet. It looks like that. Costco sells Wild Planet sardines in oil, um, for $10 for a box of 6. At our store, HEB, they charge it was either $2.98 or something like that, a can. So, like, literally so much cheaper at Costco, but the kind that you do eat, like, it literally does, no joke, it matters. It makes a huge difference because the other yellow one that I bought, it's dry, it doesn't have the skin, like, it's not good. The Wild Planet, it's got the skin on it, and it tastes, I think, better than tuna. And I like tuna too, but tuna has a lot of mercury. Sardines have, like, they help your gut release your natural GLP-1, and it suppresses your appetite and it satiates your appetite. So if you do like a 72-hour sardine fast like what I did, only I extended mine. If you do that, it kicks you into ketosis, right? And you lose weight, like your body just kicks in and starts eating the fat, and it helps you with regulating your sugar and everything else. Come on, Andy, I can try it at least once. Andy did buy a can. He bought one. You have to fry it to eat it. The tuna I can eat out of the can. But you're getting a lot more heavy metals, just saying, mercury. You're not going to have mercury load from eating sardines because they're short-lived and they live in different waters. So you're better off with sardines. And the things that sardines do for your body versus tuna is far better. I'm not saying tuna's bad, but you have a lot of mercury in tuna, which is why I tend to not want to eat a lot of tuna. And then the canned tuna just, it's dry as shit. Like, I like sushi tuna. I love sashimi, right? But it tastes so different than that. Even when I cook like a ahi-ahi steak, like, it does not taste as bad as the stuff that's in the can. Where sardines, it does depend on the brand, and those Wild Planet brand, those things are good. I mean, they look good and they taste good, and I ate a can today without cooking. I didn't fry it, I just ate it. I came home from Costco and I was like, "Man, I'm hungry." So I went ahead and ate it, and right out of the can, and it was yummy. I did have some nori, um, seaweed. My dad had bought some at Costco, so I popped open one of those and I had like 3 or 4 of those with my sardines. That was my dinner. So lunch and dinner because that's all I ate today. And I'm not hungry. Like, so by tomorrow I should drop that whatever that pound that I put on plus another pound. Wild Planet is top of the line, the brand we sell at Sprouts. Yeah, it's good. Like, it's solid good. But Costco sells it for $10 for a pack of 6. So, I think I'll just have to I don't wanna go tomorrow because it's Saturday, but, um, I'll go next week. Maybe Wednesday or something. I'll go next week. Anyhow, I just wanna exchange them. I don't want my money back. I just want to exchange them. So, yeah, I mean, for anyone who's looking to like, you've plateaued on your weight, I've coached Andy. I created Andy a eating plan, and I've coached him on his eating and his weight, and he's in my charm life. So, he worked on health and all that stuff. Like, he was doing good, but he plateaued. And so when I started rapid weight loss after trying and trying post chemo and wasn't getting anything to move, I was still gaining weight. I knew my metabolism was just having issues. And I take supplements on top of that, but he didn't take any supplements. So he did it with tuna, and he lost how many pounds, Andy? 9? 9. Yeah. In a week. 9 pounds in a week. And you don't feel tired. You actually have more energy, right? And you're giving your body a chance to heal. If you guys go look up Dr. Boz on YouTube, she has a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos about people who've been doing the sardine fast. And there's a few different doctors that have said, yeah, sardines are like the perfect food. It's better than a smoothie or juice fast because that has a lot of carbs and sugar, right? And as soon as you come off those, you're gonna rapidly gain weight. I'm not saying that you can't gain weight if you go back to your old lifestyle, but this is a great healthy way to boot your metabolism into gear, give your body what it needs, and you're allowed to eat as much as you want, you know? Literally on this protocol, you can eat as many cans of flippin' sardines as you want. But for me, after fighting and fighting and fighting to lose weight, and it's all fat. Like, this is not like it all came on from steroids during chemo. I could not get it to move. Could not. And finally, boom. Oh, like, and I lost 9 pounds as of 2 days ago, but then I gained a pound yesterday. So today, because I went back on sardines only, by tomorrow, I should be back down those 2 pounds. So 9 pounds in a week for me, and I feel good. My clothes feel better because my clothes were starting to feel even like my jelly brow is feeling kinda tight, and I'm like, "What is up?" And then I had, like, 4 bags of clothes I was gonna donate because they're all, like, size 3, size 4, they're all smalls, and I'm like, "I'm never gonna get into them again." So I was gonna donate them, and thank God they were in the back of my car. So they're back in the garage. I'm gonna go through them and decide which ones I really don't wanna part with, because I know that I'll be able to fit back in them again, because they were my clothes pre-chemo. So, yeah. I mean, it's great. Y'all should do the research, Carla. It's amazing. My dad's doing, so my dad, because he has gout, if you have gout, it's not advisable to do sardines. I understand. Okay. But you can modify and do a keto high protein, no carbs for several days to have the same effect. It just won't be as fast a weight loss as what Andy and I have experienced. I know 9 is a lot, Pat, but I put on after chemo and radiation stopped. So remember, I don't know if you remember, you weren't like I wasn't doing live streams back when I was going, except on YouTube and Facebook. I wasn't doing live streams when I was going through chemo. I dropped down to like 103. Those videos are on my second YouTube channel, The Gold Factor. Like, I'm bald, and you can see every one of my ribs in my chest, my collarbones sticking out. Like, s- my skin was hanging off my bones. I was so skinny because I dropped all of it super fast with chemo. And I got down to damn near close to 100. The doctor was worried, but I was eating. It just was not staying on. And then there was this thing too. It was really stupid when I was going through chemo. The damage from the chemo and the radiation, it did something to where I couldn't tell if I was hungry or if I was full. So my dad was cooking, and I would just eat what he gave me, right? When I could, because I never knew if I was going to be nauseous. But then after chemo and radiation, and the nausea went away. He kept cooking that same way, and I would just eat it, and I couldn't tell when I was full. I think that's part of it. He has a sweet tooth. I don't typically eat the way my dad eats. He eats a lot of carbs, so that had something to do with it. And literally, like, my weight just kept climbing until I hit the heaviest I've ever been, except for when I was pregnant, like 9 months pregnant, which is ridiculous. So I have right now where I'm at, I have 10 pounds to get to where I was when I was hospitalized. I have another 5 pounds after that to get to where I was pre-tumor, pre-cancer, pre-everything. Was 250, plateaued at 212, now 203. Added the tuna and sardines to my meal plan. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like literally Andy is a rock star. Andy's listened to me about a lot of stuff. Like he changed his eating habits and started eating miso soup for breakfast, TCM style eating. Traditional Chinese medicine is TCM. TCM style eating says eat hot foods. That's what your stomach needs. If you eat cold foods, especially first thing in the morning, you're actually killing your metabolism. You're slowing it down. Most Asians eat soup or congee or porridge, hot foods like salads. The Asians don't eat a lot of salads, y'all, raw salads. And if they do, they're having soup with it to bring back the moisture and the heat. And Asians are skinny as heck and healthy, healthier. Not all of them are healthy, but healthier. So that's what I would say. Like I created a plan for him that was more that, getting my dad to stop with the carbs and everything. Just 3 days, he lost 3 pounds. He's down now. What did he tell me today? 78, 9, 80, 182, 83, 84. He's lost 7 pounds this week. So whatever, I don't know how long it's been. And he's not doing sardines only, but he has a lot more weight to lose than me, right? So whatever. But he's lost 7 pounds too. But here's the other thing that happened. His blood pressure dropped to the point where he didn't have to take his meds. Now I have him on some supplements to replace those meds, which I really want to get him off of those meds because they're damaging his kidneys. Anyone that takes blood pressure medicine knows what I'm talking about. The side effects of blood pressure meds is they do kidney damage, irreversible kidney damage. So he's very excited, but he's all kind of happy. He's like, oh, down to 178 from 185. And he's jumping up and weighing himself in the morning. He's so excited to find out how much weight he's lost. He has stopped all sugars, all carbs, except for what's in his salad dressing. I can't get him to stop that. And he's eating he did find some carb-free tortillas. So, dang, I'm on 2. What do you mean you're on 2? What 2 of what? Mr. Pat on TikTok. Oh, you're on 2 blood pressure meds? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, they're bad for you, man. Whenever I work on someone and I do their initial consultation, right, with biomagnetism therapy and Rife, or if I'm just doing a health consultation, a full assessment, I get all of their medications and their dosages. I get all of their supplements. I get all of their conditions. I get the history. Like I go through people's histories and spend hours to go through all of it before I create a protocol for them, before I work on them in their first session. And it's pretty common that people with blood pressure medication are going to have less in kidney function. I already know that. Their livers are going to be sluggish. Their lymphatics are going to be not draining properly. Like there's so many things that happen as a side effect of blood pressure meds that people don't realize. And then I have to check, is there any contraindication? I was really upset because I just did my dad's, so I added a bunch of supplements. So he needed a schedule. So I got all of his pills and I organized everything, but I went and double checked everything because he's off of some things and he's still on one. And I had asked him, are you on magnesium? He goes, yeah, the VA supplies it for me. And I'm like, okay. I never checked his bottle. Well, this time I had him put all of his bottles out so I could just take pictures of them so that I could come in and make a spreadsheet for him and a schedule of when to take his supplements, right? And when to take his meds. And my dad is, if I say 7 a.m., not when you wake up, he literally will wake up at 7, even if he didn't sleep. I was like, no, no. So now I had to put wake up. When you wake up, take your blood pressure meds. But like, he showed me his bottle of magnesium all this time. All this time, I thought he was taking, because I wasn't understanding. He kept saying, I got muscle cramps. And I'm like, you're on magnesium. You shouldn't be getting muscle cramps. He's like, I am on a magnesium. He's been on these pills from the VA for 10 years. Magnesium oxide, not magnesium glycinate. So he called his doctor and he said, my daughter gave me some of her magnesium glycinate pills and they seem to be helping me sleep and I'm not getting cramps as much. Can you change the magnesium oxide to magnesium glycinate? And the doctor goes, why don't you just take 2 or 3 of those oxides? And he goes, why? Because the VA doesn't supply you with glycinate. This is the only kind of magnesium we can prescribe and deliver through the VA pharmacy. If any of you guys are veterans, you know what I'm talking about. They mail you your prescriptions. So because they can't get the kind of magnesium that actually helps, they just gave him some shitty type of magnesium. Magnesium oxide is okay and useful if you have chronic constipation. If you have, what was the other thing? I don't even remember what it was. Like, I never tell people to take magnesium oxide, and it's not super bioavailable. So it really does very little, if nothing at all, right? So he broke down and bought the magnesium glycinate. Thank you, Andy, for the awesome. And lo and behold, he has no cramps in his neck and his feet and his whatever. Now he is having some side effects. Good night, Carla. He is having some side effects because I put him on a thiamine supplement and he must have been super, super deficient because his blood pressure improved when he started taking the thiamine, really improved when we kicked in the magnesium. And he's starting to get like weird pinpricks in his feet where he did not have feeling before, which means the nerves, benfotiamine or thiamine, is good for nerves. It's not the highest type of thiamine. That's a different one called all-thiamine. But it will supply your nerves with what they need to heal. If you've ever had nerve damage, if you have neuropathy, that's one supplement that I constantly tell people you're probably thiamine deficient if you've got some nerve stuff. And my dad had chemo too, so I know damn well that his reserves were way, way low. But funny, as soon as we got him on the combination of magnesium glycinate and the thiamine, he literally was doing much better. Like his heart and blood pressure is improving. His weight is better. B1 is also, so for y'all, and I recommend, you can go on my website. I have a bunch of recommendations, but like I recommend Life Extensions, benfotiamine, because it's clean and it's solid. Like the dosage is solid as well. B1 is what thiamine is. Like B1 gives you thiamine, it gets your thiamine levels straight. B1 is a necessary component to a healthy metabolism. Did you guys know that? That if you have problems holding on to weight, especially for menopausal women and older men, y'all need thiamine. And almost everybody is deficient. And in a lot of the chronic conditions, you literally are thiamine deficient, vitamin D deficient, like See it, almond flour tortillas at Costco. Oh, you mean the ones that my dad is eating? I'm not sure if those are the ones, but I know he said they were no carbs. I think he got them at the local HEB because I told him no carbs, like no carbs. If you want to go keto, you have to be no carb. Like if you want to stay in ketosis, true ketosis, no carbs. And it's not as hard as you think when you do a 72-hour or 6 days sardine fast. It's just, you're not hungry. Your body feels good. And then it goes and burns that nasty fat that you've been storing from sugar and pasta and tortillas and pastries and whatever else garbage that we put into our bodies that are processed. And you feel good. Your brain works good too. Like it no joke, it's pretty amazing how quickly, like, I've never I've never felt this good and this satiated, not craving things. Like, even on, I've done juice and smoothie fasts throughout my life. You always still feel hungry. I do not feel that with sardines. Sardines actually satiate your appetite. Cookies and ice cream, that will always put pack on the pounds. But I mean, that stuff is so, it will make you store the fat, right? And it's not happening. So I'm happy. Like, I feel good. I literally feel good. I did have a few hot pot, which is so easy to make at home. Like, so easy. And I had this big old plate of food the other day. To me, it was big because I've just been eating a can of sardines. I had a boiled egg. I made a pot of miso with small bok choy and carrots. What else did I put in there? I think that was it. Bok choy, carrots, and miso. Mix that up. Had a bowl of that with my boiled egg and some sardines and a little on the plate. I had like a little side thing of a little kimchi for my probiotics and some daikon. And that was my breakfast the other day. And that was like the largest meal I've had in close to what, 2 weeks? And felt really good. No carb tortillas are very popular seller at Sprouts. Yeah, it's a good brand. Yeah. I mean, when I start eating stuff again with carbs or with, like, when I'm happy with where my weight is, I'll add that, no carb tortillas for sure. But for now, I'm just avoiding all of that. Like, because the other part of this is the more I can get my metabolism kicked in and the fat gone and all of that, and the more efficient my liver's working. Because the other part of this is you're going to clear your liver, your fatty liver. Like this, even though you're taking omegas and omega-6 fatty oil, whatever's in your sardines, you're actually clearing your liver. You're giving your liver a chance to breathe and heal. And the liver will regenerate, but it needs a break from a lot of things. So doing the fast and then for me, just eating like this super, super, super clean. I kicked the fast back in today because I was like, I stalled. Like, even though I only stalled for a day, I didn't lose anything. I didn't gain anything. I'm like, no, I want to lose it. Like, I want to continue the downward trajectory. So I kicked it back in today and I'll do it again tomorrow until I'm back into full-blown ketosis, and I know I must be because my stomach's growling, like, before breakfast, and I'm doing intermittent fasting windows, so, like, 16 hours between no food for 16 hours, which I think is helping as well. So, just my suggestion if you all wanna get healthy, plus it's super cheap, like it's so cheap to eat this way. I was like, "Man, I'm saving so much money on groceries right now, it's crazy." And I'm losing weight. Like, seriously, my face is, like, starting to thin back out because I was feeling very puffy, and I ate a pastry the other day, last weekend, and I wished I hadn't because I blew up, my stomach blew up, I got super sick, and one pastry, one, and put on 2 pounds on the scale, and then lost it again when I went back and did sardines only, but, like, whatever preservatives and sugar, I can eat whatever I want and I never get sick. But I think we reach this point where our bodies are just used to the toxic food we're putting in, and we don't feel that different when you're clean. It happened to Andy too with pizza. You're clean for a number of days in a row, and then you eat that carb-ridden garbage that gives you absolutely no nutrition. It feels bad. It's like that was so not worth it. I had intestinal cramps. My stomach was rebelling like crazy. I felt uncomfortable after eating a slice of pizza. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's good because it also puts you back in touch. Tell me, Andy, are you like more aware of how your body feels, your stomach feels, like your digestion feels? Are you more aware of it? Because I know I noticed that about myself. Like I'm way more aware of when I'm actually hungry and when I'm not. Pat's saying I can't drop it like I did when I was younger. Andy is older. My dad is 84. I am 59. I can't drop it like I did when I was younger either. But I'm telling you, get your body into ketosis. It's amazing what happens. My dad, literally, I'm not kidding. He's down from 185 to 178 this week. He's 84. And he's been stalled for a long, long, long time. Yeah, Andy's 66, so I feel better too. Soon to be 72. So Pat, you're between me and my dad. You're close to Aunt, like literally. Trust me. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it. It's amazing. Like ask Andy. It happens so fast. Like when you start to shed weight so fast, but you don't feel hungry and you don't feel weak and you don't feel mind foggy. It's so encouraging. It's so motivating and it's so exciting because it's like, man, when you try, my dad's on the treadmill every flipping day. My dad's out in the yard doing yard work, picking up the dog poop, cutting the grass, moving hoses around. Like he's active. He doesn't was not losing weight until I shifted his diet and added a couple supplements he needed. And then 7 pounds this week. And he's like, I want to get he's always said, I want to get down to my Marine Corps weight, which was 165. That's where he wants to be. 165. And he's like, if I hit 165, I know that I can get off these fully get off my medications. I would have to find something to eat other than sardines. So then you could do tuna, you could do salmon, but you gotta stay away from all carbs, right? You can do tuna. I'm just saying sardines is easy and it's a perfect food. And they've done the studies that's literally there's things that sardines have in them that the other fishes don't, which is why they recommend it to be sardines. I did keto for a while. It was just too hard to be clean. This is different. This is so different. Telling you, sardines has something in it where it literally releases your body's natural GLP-1 hormone, and it makes you feel full, but without a shot, without like seriously. I was shocked. I was like, man, I'm not even hungry. The second or third day on the sardine fast, I didn't even want to eat them. Not because I don't like them, but like I was not hungry. My appetite was just quelched and I felt good. I was also, when I was straight up sardine fasting for that long, I was waking up at 5:30 in the morning, getting out of bed, jumping out of bed. I was sleeping better and I've been fighting insomnia. My insomnia finally lifted once was about 3 days into the fast. And that's another thing that improved doing the sardine fast is I finally, like I was scoring on my sleep score on my sleep number bed, like 56 for the last 2 years. That was my highest number. Now I'm scoring in the 80s every single night. And believe me, like I have struggled to get sleep since since I went through chemo and radiation. Like literally had such a hard time. So one of the side effects of chemo is insomnia. It just screws your body up, and I'm finally sleeping again, which is great. Like, so it's cured that for me too, and I wasn't necessarily even expecting that because I take magnesium at night. I take melatonin at night, and it does help. I wake up less when I take my magnesium at night and my melatonin at night, but I was still waking up and I was still having a hard time falling asleep and staying asleep, which with since I've started the sardine fast, literally I am falling asleep without a problem and I'm getting a solid 7 hours of sleep and then I'm popping up and I'm not tired. Feels amazing. So I hope it for whoever it helps. It's worth trying if you've been trying to lose weight or get healthy. You're trying to reset your taste buds and your cravings to something outside of the sugar and everything else. The food pyramid and Western diet is killing us, unfortunately. So much processed garbage. Like everything is so highly processed for real. So highly processed. It's crazy. Hi, Muse. How are you? So, yeah. Anywho, all right. It's getting late. It's Friday. It's been a productive flip and week. It's been busy. Did you guys catch the podcast yet? How do I eat sardines? I actually just so we have this little like that big, literally like this, a little bigger than this frying pan for like a single egg. My dad always cooks his morning eggs in there so that it stays in the little circle. I was like, "Can I use that?" Just take the can, I dump it in, fry it up for 2 minutes, make it hot, and then eat it, or I'll just eat it out of the can. But it tastes better when it's fried for people who don't like sardines. It tastes better when it's fried. You just need to cook it till, you know, about 2 minutes. It's nice and hot. And that's it. You just eat the sardines. You can put hot sauce on them. I did that. I put a little too much hot sauce last week and actually was having a hard time swallowing because I was like sneezing from the hot sauce. I put soy sauce on them. As long as you're not putting any kind of sauce that's got sugar in it, right? You're good. So like if you want to bury the flavor in soy sauce, you can do that. You can put Cholula sauce, which is the stuff that I use. But I put too much. Just a few drops, not like shake, 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 shake. Because, yeah, give it a try, Pat. I was reluctant to start, but it's easy to execute. You'll be amazed. It's so easy. It's so easy. And you got to drink lots of water and you're going to pee a lot more. Just saying, you're going to pee a lot. And part of that too is your body is just cleaning out, cleaning out, cleaning out. Your liver's going to feel better too. How to get off CPAP machine. So, Muse, I would try the sardine fast. I would try a 3-day sardine fast, see how you feel and monitor your sleep. But see how you feel. There's different reasons for people and I don't know your situation. I don't know your condition. I'm not a doctor, but um depends on what caused the underlying reasons that why you have sleep apnea and what kind of sleep apnea. Do you have central sleep apnea? Do you have like what kind, right? There's always they give you a diagnosis in Western medicine, but they never tell you the cause. I'm root cause. I always want to know what are the conditions, the pathogens, like pathogens, virus, fungus, bacteria, parasites. If you know what the pathogens are, or even heavy metals, if you know what they are, you address that, right? Detox the liver, drain the lymphatics. It is amazing how those conditions go away and suddenly things like a CPAP machine are no longer needed. See, here's the difference between my daughter and my 84-year-old dad. My daughter only comes to me when it's an emergency and she can't get to the urgent care. My dad comes to me before he goes to the doctor, and he doesn't go like, the boy has not been to the emergency room since 2010. Like, my dad listens to me. He's on blood pressure meds and thyroid. And the thyroid replacement is because he had throat cancer and had radiation, and he was allergic to the medicine that blocked the radiation from damaging his thyroid. So his thyroid got damaged. But the doctors are always shocked that my 84-year-old dad is not on more medications, right? They're always shocked that he doesn't seem like he's 84. He looks like he's in his 60s. He acts like he's in his 60s, right? It's it's amazing. So, any alternative for the blood pressure meds? I'm taking beetroot. Okay, so go look up amphetamine, Pat. You need thiamine. That's number 1. Magnesium glycinate, which you take that at night. Benfotiamine, you take 1 tablet 3 times a day, 1 with each time you eat, um, depending on your weight, but 3 is a fairly decent dose. You need D3 with K2, okay? Um, do you have cholesterol issues too? My dad takes beetroot too, by the way, but he stopped because it wasn't affecting anything. Or Andy. Andy's the one. But my dad was too. He bought some. I don't know why. 224. Okay, 3 benfotiamines. So take benfotiamine. One of the things I have him take from Life Extensions as well is called Youthful Legs. Now, it used to be called something different, but they changed the name to be more marketing friendly. Youthful Legs is about, like, a lot of people that have varicose veins will take Youthful Legs. It literally helps the blood circulation the lower it goes. Well, if you have any kind of heart issue or blood pressure issue, Youthful Legs actually helps blood circulate. So Youthful Legs is one that I've had him on now for months. And it's actually helped some of his edema in his legs because of his BPs. He's got kidney damage because of that. He had an injury in his ankle. He always has edema around one of his ankles. And that has improved significantly. Um, I'm trying to think what else we used, what else I have him on. I think I want to say that. Oh, and then the red yeast rice. He's on that for his cholesterol. So he's not taking any cholesterol meds and his cholesterol is back to normal. So there's that. Um, and the only one that I would recommend out of the brands for that would be Thorne. Thorne puts out a really solid brand for red yeast rice. Those are all over the counter. Those are all, you can get them. Life Extensions, you can get them on Amazon. You can go straight to Life Extensions website and they have them for sale. I actually have an affiliate with them, and I just never set up links for my people that don't want to shop on Amazon. At some point, I will have time to sit down and do all of that and just put that on my supplement page. But yeah, you can get it directly from the company or you can buy it from Amazon because they have a shop on Amazon and it's just Life Extensions. It's clean. They're a clean company and they're therapeutic grade. And I don't trust a lot of these supplements that are out there because they're not third party tested and they're not therapeutic grade. Thorne is therapeutic grade. Doctor's Best for the most part, I think, is therapeutic grade. And Life Extensions, typically their stuff is going to be therapeutic grade, but it's clean. So I trust them. Like that's the stuff I tell my clients to take. But I would start there and do the sardine fast and watch what happens. But you got to make sure you're getting a D3K2. So if you take your magnesium, and I use pure encapsulations, magnesium glycinate, it's clean, it's affordable, it's easy. You take D3 and K2 with magnesium glycinate at night, an hour before you want to go to bed, because that's going to relax your muscles and give your body what it needs to replenish and rebuild from the day. So magnesium glycinate is at night. And you take it with vitamin D because the D actually helps the magnesium be metabolized by the body, and the magnesium helps the D metabolize, and the K actually helps the D metabolize. So you combine those. The brand is Life, Life extensions, like hair extensions, Life extensions. And it's benphotamine. Let me see if I can type in the chat. Benphotamine by Life Extensions. That's one. And then magnesium. Come on. Magnesium glycinate. I do the pure encapsulations. Pure encapsulations. And then the other one was the youth. And Andy takes youthful legs too. Yeah, I take it too. Just because it's good for lymphatic drainage as well. Youthful legs is Life extensions. There you go. Can you see those? And then the D3, so D3 plus K2. Usually you can find supplements that have both of them in it. Life Extensions has a D3K2. Pure Encapsulations has a D3K2. But you want to get them combined. Like you don't need to buy a separate D3 with a separate K2. Get D3 plus K2. Hi, Drake. How are you? So hopefully that helps. And it's not like if you can get off your BP meds, literally, like the first few days it starts to kick in for you, you might notice that your blood pressure's low. And I'm going to tell you what I've told my dad. Take your blood pressure. If at the time in the morning that you normally take your blood pressure medications, your blood pressure is normal, don't take that pill. If it's slightly elevated, but not what normally it's elevated to be, don't take that pill. Wait an hour, check it again. If it starts to raise and goes where it would normally be pre-supplements, either take half the pill and wait, or take the whole pill and then give it an hour and a half. Blood pressure medicines take typically about an hour to an hour and a half before that's going to bring your blood pressure down. But what happened to my dad the other day is he's so used to just taking his pills, his blood pressure got dropped to like 120, and he still took the pill. And then his blood pressure dropped to 101, and then he was freaking out. At which point I gave him activated charcoal, and within half an hour to an hour, it ate away at the effectiveness of the blood pressure meds, which is why people are not supposed to take activated charcoal anywhere close to when they take their pills within a 4-hour window. But if you ever have something like that happen, y'all take activated charcoal because it actually invalidates the medicine if you take it behind it. And yeah, you have to give that activated charcoal, or you have to give your medicine a chance to be metabolized through the gut, through the bloodstream before you put activated charcoal in there, because it acts like a sponge and it just eats everything. So yeah, I'm full of all kinds of all kinds of knowledge, whether you like to know it or not. But it's always good to know those things. Like for everybody that's stocking up right now, like, wow, who just gave me that galaxy? Thank you, Mr. Pat. That activated charcoal is something that I think every single household should always have in their medicine cabinet. It is a necessary supplement and remedy for food poisoning, for hangovers, for medication errors, for any kind of allergic reaction. If you can't get to the ER right away, take activated charcoal. Take 2, swallow a bunch of water, like because it will dehydrate you. But if you take a med like my dad did and his blood pressure dropped too low and you need to bring it back up, activated charcoal, and his blood pressure came right back up to the 120s. And I was like, Don't take it. Don't take your meds just because you're used to being on a schedule. Like, if it's normal, don't take it." And last night, it started inching back up again. And I don't know what he was doing something. I don't know if he was stressing out, watching he was watching mainstream media. I was like, "I don't know why you do that. Your blood pressure always goes up, but you do you." Anyhow, he comes in and he goes, "My blood pressure's up. Should I take the pill?" And I was like, "Yeah, take it. If it's up, now you can take it, but don't take it if it's down because you're gonna drop it too low." So, yeah. He's so excited to go see his doctor now. My dad's like, "I can't wait to go to the VA and show him my chart, show him his numbers." Because his numbers, like, he has to record all of his blood pressure. Um, and then he takes that chart into the doctor, the log. He can't wait. He's all excited to show the doctor how he lost weight and how he hasn't had to take his meds, and yeah. And then he tells them my daughter said, and then they always say, "What's your daughter do?" I was like, "Would you stop telling him I told you?" Like, they hate people like me and they don't like me. That's why I won't don't go to the doctor with you unless you have to go for some emergency something. I'm like, "Don't tell them I told you." They don't want to hear it. And they didn't study nutrition except for 20 minutes in all of their med school. And that's a fact. They don't learn nutrition in med school. Go figure. So, yeah. But he did get his blood work back from his cholesterol, and that absolutely dropped back into normal range. So, yeah. And they are pushing statins on him hard. Statins cause Alzheimer's and dementia, memory problems. Do not do statins, people. There's so many bad things that happen with statins. Anyways, all right, I'm going to go. I need a potty break. I need a end of my week break. I might come back tomorrow. We'll see. I have a couple weekend project that I have to do with a client tomorrow. So if I'm up to it at the end of her stuff and my stuff, I'll come on and we can chat a little bit more about the podcast. If Andy's around, maybe Andy can jump on and we can talk about some of the stuff that's been going on. I don't want you guys, like, you guys did see the news about the Strait of Hormuz opening, right? It's good news for the Iranians. They pulled a fast one on Donald Trump, and he just has no idea right now. Donald Trump, it went straight over his orange head. They got away with it too. It was a brilliant move, but temporarily the Strait of Hormuz is open. They said temporarily until Monday, basically until they get their oil out of the strait. And what they did was brilliant. I mean, I would have done it if I was them. Yeah, so they opened the strait and Iran brought in a tanker. What are they called, Andy? The tankers that transfer the oil. They transferred their oil onto other tankers from other countries. And those tankers sailed right on out of the Strait of Hormuz. They were Iran's oil. So, yeah. Basically, Iran opened it to get their tanks out of there, the oil that they've sold. And in the meanwhile, they dropped the sanctions. Now, part of it was temporary ceasefire from Israel to Lebanon. But like, Trump doesn't realize what just happened because they're still charging tolls to the other countries to get their boats out of there. And he has no clue. He's all big win, victory for Trump. He's such a negotiator, yada, 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 yada. But like, eh, they just got you, bud. You're just not smart enough to understand what just happened, So if and when he figures it out, or whoever tells him, because he usually doesn't pay attention to stuff unless his staff tells him. Once he does figure out, he's probably not going to be too happy. Maybe he will. I don't know. But I think it's hilarious. My point in bringing it up to all of you is don't let your guard down. I know it's open, but we are still 6 weeks behind in shipments, and there are countries that are out of fuel. Here in Texas, we have oil, we have refineries. Locally, our gas stations right around me have their diesel pumps closed out of fuel. And I had all these comments on my video the other day about the shortages and stuff, and people are like, we make our own oil. I'm like, I'm in the heart of Texas, people. We don't have diesel at the pump. Do you know how many people around me drive big diesel flipping trucks? Ton of people can't get fuel for their trucks. Can't. Aside from the truck drivers, right? So we still have to contend with that. Even if the strait didn't close again, it's going to. But even if it didn't, we are still a couple of months behind. At the minimum, we're a couple of months behind with the supply chain. And people are gonna feel it, whether they like it or not. Like, they're gonna feel it. What is in my office? Every time I come, either that or I'm gonna win the lottery. I have to go get a ticket or something. But like, all of a sudden, my nose started itching like crazy. I know it's a song. Deep in the heart of Texas. I know. Once upon a time, I used to have a cowboy husband. My oldest daughter was a rodeo cowboy. Oh, yeah, I know. Country music. He was from Oklahoma. Thank God that's over. A few things I'm grateful for. God, I am grateful for being single. Anywho, we'll leave it at that on a positive note. All right, you guys, have a good weekend. I will try to come back tomorrow if I can. If not, I'll come back Sunday. But I will be back again live. I've got to get my hours in for TikTok. So I might as well just go live on all the platforms because it's the way it works. I get paid on Facebook too. Only like 30 cents a month, but I still get paid. I don't know what happened to how they pay you out on Facebook. I don't know what happened to my income on Facebook, but it's been horrible. Thank you, Drake. I appreciate you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Sunshine Cat. You guys have a good one.